Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis AutoSports. Excited to offer you guys a absolutely gorgeous new build. This is a 2019 Ford Platinum F250. I'm the owner of Davis AutoSports. This is my truck. The way you see this truck, we just wrapped it up not too long ago. This is my personal truck. In the world of modified diesel trucks, 9 times out of 10 is what you get after you modify them is a truck that cannot be used for its intended purpose. Example, towing or the ability to go off-roading. You know, a lot of these trucks that are modified decrease the ability to do anything other than drive down the highway. And as we walk around this truck, I'm going to point out all the upgrades that we did to this truck. This is, in my opinion, more functional in every aspect than the factory version of this truck. Everything that we did to it was to enhance its capability in all aspects. On top of that, obviously, cosmetically, it's been upgraded, so it fits all the boxes, if you will. It's a beautiful truck. It's more than capable to do just about anything that any truck is going to need to do. And it's nothing but the very best that money can buy on this truck, and the condition is that of a brand new truck. So this is going to be a pretty lengthy video as we go through in detail a lot of the work that has been done in the condition and everything else. So sort of sit back and relax and you'll see a beautiful truck. Even if you're not in the market, should be pretty entertaining to some degree with me blabbing off on all the work that we did. I think the net result, I mean, we really just finished this thing not too long ago, and the only reason that I'm thinking of selling it, I'm not going to give this truck away because everything's brand new and it's really the best of the best, but I just bought a property that's about an hour and a half away from my business. So I actually bought a new Denali 1500 diesel. That is a much better commuting vehicle. So we'll start off with the cosmetics on the exterior and then we'll go through everything. So the body and the paint itself before we built it was in phenomenal condition. Of course, if you're familiar with us in our reconditioning department, you know the quality of work that we do just to upkeep our vehicles here. So the body started off perfect, no paint work, absolutely beautiful, beautiful truck. So up front, obviously being a platinum, you have a nice platinum grille, but all these items that I'm referring to in our paint process were removed, and we'll show some clips of that in the video, or they probably have already played. But color match, black, the front grille. Our process on doing all this color matching too is not like other shops. We probably have, just in this grill alone, excluding taking it off, putting it back on, just in prep work to paint it the right way, we probably have 4 days in sanding it, prepping it, priming it. So I'll just give you a quick example of our process on this. It would get completely sanded down. It would get a bonding primer. That primer gets blocked down as well, then the base, then the clear. On top of that, it all gets buffed and everything else. These are custom in-house painted emblems that we completely take everything apart, color matched to the truck, and did all that here in-house. While we're up front, this is literally a one-off bumper. This bumper does not exist. They only make this bumper with the bull guard, but I love this portion of the bumper, so we cut that off, did some metal work, color matched it, multiple coats of clear coat. And what we did, if you notice on this bumper, all the welds on this bumper were grinded down, smoothed out, body work. If you look on these bumpers here, there's huge welds in all these grooves. These are all exposed welds that have been completely sanded down, smoothed out for a smoother, clean, custom look. There's not another bumper out there like that. The inserts we color matched to the black that we did around the whole truck. All the lights on this truck, every single light is a Baja Design light, top of the line light, the very, very best, all hooked up to their own auxiliary port. We have a brand new, never used, worn 12,000 pound synthetic winch. That winch alone's close to $3,000. Factor 55 Pro Link Double XL. That unit by itself is probably $300 or $400. You got $3,000 plus of lighting up front. So that's the front while we're there. We'll move to the suspension shortly, but on the exterior, color match and color match on the 250. Caps have also been color matched. Door handles, color match. And if you take a look at this paint here, my guys fully paint corrected, wet sanded this whole truck with, I believe, starting with a 2000 or 2500 grit. The paint, Ford is notorious for orange peel on their paint, and as you see, there's no orange peel on this thing at all whatsoever. Top of the line tint on the truck as well. Moving to the back of the truck, color match the rear platinum bezel. We also did the emblem here. These come black plastic on all the F series trucks, even the limited and the platinum, which is sort of silly. So we color match that and that bezel as well. So paint and body wise, between the gray, I mean, this color too is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, if you want to call it green, there's some angles where it looks green, and it obviously, surely, I mean, the name is gray, but it is a absolutely beautiful color. So suspension, wheels, and tires. This truck is sitting on a lot of money underneath in a lot of different ways. So for what it is, it's a full King coilover system, and I'm going to go over all these details, and yeah, it is a PMF system as well. But what we have up front, King coilovers, and the reason I sort of stopped myself on how expensive this system is, because not only is it a top of the line system to purchase it, but then we have literally hundreds of hours of color matching both the coils and the shocks and reservoirs and everything else to the Method bronze wheels. Nice and subtle. We also have King black decals that I never put on there. I just think it looks really clean without a bunch of stickers on everything, but we have all brand new King decals. So color match coils to the truck itself, color match reservoir. Those are King triple bypass shocks, the very best shocks that you can get. Control arms, everything. King dual steering stabilizers, track bars, everything's completely color matched. All of that has multiple coats of clear, and it's all absolutely perfect. And that's another thing. Obviously, as the owner of Davis AutoSports, I have a choice of vehicles to commute and drive and back and forth with, but I don't want to use this truck to drive an hour and a half to and from work, getting chips and everything else. We have a set of 37, 13.5, 20 Nitto Recons on here. All this stuff is new. It's just, we also have some on all four wheel wells, underwell lights as well, which will be showcased, I'm sure, at some point in this video. Obviously, factory drop down steps. In the back, triple bypass color match shocks once again. Extended full PMF leaf springs. There's no blocks underneath. Those are long travel leaf springs. If you go to their site, I want to say those leaf springs for the set are, I don't know, something almost $1,900, something like that. We have a completely custom set of rear bags. Those are not your out the box kit bags that are your 5,000. I believe those are 10,000 pound bags. Just to give you an idea, next to my hand, they're absolutely massive. And we have a brand new compressor as well, with the wireless remote, with all the different settings. We'll give you some glimpses of that as well. There's not a bad angle of this truck. And as I was talking about earlier with its capability, And I haven't even told you about the whole truck yet. But this thing, if you want to tow more than what it can from the factory, obviously you have the ability with the airbags, the power, everything else. A lot of lifted trucks, you can't tow with them that well, especially with the tire choice that a lot of people are going with 20, 25, 30 series tire on 24, 26s, 28s. Look good going down the highway to some degree, but it's not a functional truck. You're in the trailing or overlanding or anything like that, we can do that. We have an upgraded fuel tank on this. When you fill this truck up, you're going to get 800 miles on one tank of diesel on this truck. So we'll get into all that, but I'm blabbing around a little bit. There's a lot to show you on this truck. The back side of this truck, I mean, can't get any better looking than that. So here in the bed of the truck, we have a full black aluminum hard top bed cover, fully rolls back, retractable, built into a truck covers toolbox. So this is really the best of both worlds, because a lot of these covers here prevent you from having an actual toolbox because the way they roll up. So this is a all-in-one system. It's the best one out there. Black aluminum, powder coated, that rolls into the bottom of the box, and you have a full toolbox on top. So it really is the best of both worlds. Inside the bed itself, all this brand new, and even the custom stuff that is purchased custom, we add our own touch here. So the bed rug, we didn't add any touches, we just installed it. They have two different tiers of bed rug. This is the top of the line bed rug that they have. I'm gonna go ahead and kick this back real quick. So we have a absolutely extreme duty slide out system here, and if you note, everything once again is color matched to the truck. It's all brand new. This is a brand new sheet of real maple that we stained and have a matte poly finish on it. One hand roll out, it locks in many different positions, so you can have it locked there if you want it, wherever you want it. And this thing will hold hundreds and hundreds of pounds. If you note, color match, just in getting this metal smooth, priming it, sealing it, blocking it down, painting it, clearing it, just so much time. And if you look at the paint on just how nice it is, this is also a really nice system. You have different tie-ins, sliders that slide through here with D-rings, and you can put them wherever you want, tighten them up. We're actually, since we've painted these rails, we're not putting those brackets back on. We have some rubber backings that we're putting on them so that when we crank them and tie them, it doesn't damage the paint. So you have 3 on each side, so you can bungee cord, ratchet strap your coolers, whatever you want in here. But as you see, bed rug throughout everything. We still have the factory hooks in there with locks. We have all the drains for everything intact. And then you can see the bottom of that is where the cover goes in. And then that just is on the first part. And then the back part is the entire toolbox with trays in there and everything else. So nothing's been on this. It's literally brand new and perfect. 3/4 inch true maple wood that's been stained and matte cleared. There's a little lever that you see my hand on right there. And this, you can let this lever go and it locks in at all different positions. But you know, with any truck, especially a lifted truck, it's impossible to get stuff in there. That makes it super easy. And obviously a truck that's this nice, I don't think you're gonna go get gravel in or anything like that. So that really works out well. Obviously drop down step, lights, everything in there. And as you see how clean the install, we flushed the lights and everything else. So this does have a strap if you needed to reach in there, and this also stops, as you hear, in different sections of the truck, which is really nice. So everything about this truck, like I said, extremely functional. Shelf, toolbox, airbags, suspension, It's just literally all there. Anything that you want to do, it's there. As I mentioned, I'm going to put all the numbers and specs in the listing, but upgraded massive fuel tank, that was a big ticket item as well, but well worth it. There it is right there. It's nice filling up a truck and seeing you have 800 miles to the tank. That leads me to another thing. This truck, I have about $3,000 worth of tunes on this truck. It's hooked up to the EasyLink system. If you have these trucks, I'm sure you're familiar with the EasyLink system. If not, you can look it up. We have, when you buy this truck, I'll transfer the ownership. It literally has, I want to say, roughly 20 tunes with all different types, and there's options within the tunes. I mean, you can have the truck hissing, all sorts of stuff going on. It is a fully deleted truck, full disclosure, fully deleted. EGR is deleted, the diff system is deleted, and even with this setup on the tires, on the highway I'm getting right around 20, depends how fast I'm driving, but I can tell you my overall driving average on this truck, between driving it like this in the city, towing, when I do tow, it's a single car trailer or my enclosed trailer. My life of this truck with the upgrades is 18.5 miles per gallon, and that's the life. When I'm on the highway wanting to get good fuel economy, I can easily get 22, 23 miles to the gallon all day long in this truck. Truck's very fast. I've always, for the life of it that I've had it on just a regular economy mode, just to get the best fuel economy, less stress on the components and everything else. I'm 42 years old. I've owned numerous vehicles. I don't dog this truck. I baby this truck. If I want to drive something fast, you can go to the website and see we have fast vehicles. So I don't dog my diesel trucks. They get babied and look like they never get driven. I think for the most part on the exterior, that's it. I mentioned the lights and the wheel wells. The rear airbags, like I said, fully remote control. And this is everything that I've just pointed out on this truck, guys, is all new. This isn't something with wear. I mean, if you look at everything, it's all literally new. So there's a lot of small detail stuff that we did to this truck. For example, when we had the wheels off, the rotors got completely painted. Even the backside of the calipers, all sorts of stuff. The truck has been ceramic coated as well. All the body panels, the glass. If you were to see this truck in person, it truly, and we'll do some close-ups of everything as well. There's really one imperfection on the entire truck. You probably missed it, but this truck literally looks brand new. I mean, we'll be reasonable. I mean, as new as you can look on any pre-owned truck, let's put it that way. I can absolutely guarantee you on everything, this truck, just to give you an example, in the last month has probably been washed 3 or 4 times, and it's probably been driven 5 or 6. So Oh, another thing too, so the fluid history on this truck, it's actually inside there. Real quick, another thing that I haven't installed yet, which will be installed, and this is a prime example, it's what led this to say this. We have a drop down step that I'm installing right there for this exact reason. But I tell you, on the new Denali 1500 Ultimate, I'll tell you what they have. They have a power running board like that comes out, and then you hit it here. Don't know how good it's gonna last, and then it slides over, which is a pretty nice feature. But let me get up here real quick. Oh, I also have so I keep in here, even in the bag, every single fill up I fill up with this stuff. I even keep it in the bag, so in case it leaks, it doesn't get in the toolbox. The toolbox has sliders and everything else, but the fluid regiment on this truck, which I'm going to put the history of that on the listing, is top notch. Best fluids, changed more often than even close to needing to be. While we're in here, let's well, I guess we'll do the interior real quick while we're in here, and then we'll go back outside on a couple things. Interior is literally perfect. I don't smoke. I drink in here, fluids. I don't eat in here. If I do, it's on rare occasions, and it's not full meals. It's a protein bar, something like that. I don't grub out in here or anything like that. Interior literally is absolutely as perfect. It's never been smoked in. I don't smoke. Here is your shift on the fly knob. You can see right now it's in 1. It goes all the way to 5. So you have your 5 different tunes there, but you can program your 5 tunes in different increments because there are many tunes on this. The easy link is down below there. Interiors, I'm telling you, it's brand new. Bang & Olufsen sound system. I mean, you cannot get a cleaner, nicer truck than this. So there's a good little, so look, we're showing a half a tank on the fuel with 600 gallons, 587 miles, to empty, with a half a tank. Back seats have probably been sat in a handful of times. Usually they're in the up position so I can have some stuff down there. But I mean, the leather is just perfect. It's always conditioned. WeatherTech floor liners. Here is my Warn winch controller. It's never been hooked up. That winch was just installed as well. I'm looking for, now sometimes my cleaners will take stuff out of here when they clean it for me and put it on my desk. So we'll go out real quick. Let's go ahead and turn on some of these lights as well. Probably hard to tell, but now you can see they're illuminated. All the wheel wells looks really good at night. Your factory platinum headlights, which are perfect. Baja design lights, the very best in the industry. The yellow ones are great at night. Those are angled straight down. They pretty much, I use them for fog and rain, but I drive with those on at night, even on oncoming traffic. I have them angled at a down, sort of angle right there, so they pretty much project right there. The middle one shooting straight out, don't drive with that on, and the 6-inch cubes are sort of at a mid, so you have a something close, mid, and then far out. So there's a good little glimpse of your lighting in there, and the lighting for that is auxiliary number 4. So right now we'll get on the other side because the exhaust is, so we're at 5 PSI on the bags right now, which is the minimum I go with. That's the compressor. You'll see the bottom filling up. You can see it raising up from the front right now. So we just went from 5 to 25, still kicking on. Yep. Yeah, that thing's, so you can see how much it's brought it up in the back. Obviously, with no weight back there, 5 is plenty. As soon as you lower it, bring it back down to 5 is where I'll ride around with, and not sure if you can hear that, but it's dumping right now. I'm not going to drive the truck. It rained today. I don't even drive it myself when it's rainy out, but I don't want to drive and get in all the puddles out on the roads and get everything filthy. The truck drives flawlessly. This winch has never been used, not one time. It hasn't even unraveled. That is a, as mentioned, 12,000 pound Warren synthetic winch. That's a do everything truck. Get in it, travel across the country, put 15,000 pounds behind you like it's meant to be. Go off-roading, pull, work it, whatever you want to do. Plus condition-wise, it's 100%. Mechanically, it's a flawless truck, not one remote issue. It's really the best of all worlds in my opinion. I think it's better than a stock truck, looks better, performs better, and you can use it. So that's the way we build things here. Nothing against those other diesel trucks that are out there that, well, we'll say enough about that. That's good enough. This is a completely turnkey truck. Doesn't need anything. I also have rear lights as well. Those are hooked up to reverse and as a standalone. Floor mats, the factory platinum floor mats are perfect. The WeatherTechs have obviously always been in there protecting everything since day one. So I wanted to show you that one imperfection as well that I was telling you guys about. But literally everything in this truck is brand new. Ah, there we go. And it is a perfect truck. I've never had anything in the pockets, so they're nice and tight. Rear heated seats, obviously all your ports for everything. Still got your sticker on the center console down there. Storage box comes up, but the leather is absolutely perfect. So on the entire truck, and I wasn't gonna paint the rear quarter of the truck, but unfortunately there is a scratch right there. It's been filled in with primer, base coat, and a clear coat on top of, so it's not gonna have any issues peeling or anything like that. But that's literally, when I say the only imperfection, I need to, I guess, be exact. There may be a rock chip or something like that on it, but you won't find any other. For example, here's the bumper. It is absolutely perfect. The padding is perfect. I mean, no imperfections. I mean, this paint, the decals. If you take care of your paint early on and you ceramic coat it, it's an investment worth doing, because 3 years later your paint will look brand new. And in my opinion, I think this paint is better than brand new, only because Ford, all manufacturers nowadays, they have a ton of orange peel. So by wet sanding it, we knocked the orange peel down a good amount. We didn't want to go too heavy on the initial wet sand, just because we want to keep some clear on there. So don't want to go too heavy with it. Could it knocked it down more, but then it prevents you from being able to wet sand it in the future when you accumulate swirl marks and stuff like that. So yeah, so there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in this truck with all the little detail stuff that we did. Even something, as I touched on earlier, the front bumper. I mean, all these are welds that, you know, we had to grind down, mud, body work and everything, just to get all the detailed stuff. I missed this light. Color match the light on that as well, as opposed to the black plastic housing that it comes with, which fades over time, doesn't go good with anything. So it's just all the little details that you really will start to see on this truck when you see it in person. I think these emblems, just in my opinion, knock it out the park. There's a company that does make these, but what they actually do is, when people black out their grill, that company makes these where this out part is black and then this part is the gray. The problem with that, it sort of blends in with the grill. So we did it opposite, so that the gray pops immediately with the black, just so it's just grabs your attention. So I mean, that's it. There's going to be, just make sure to go to the website davisautosports.com to get all the specs, everything that we did. There's so much stuff done to this truck. Underneath the engine bay, full cold air intake, fully deleted truck, upgraded downpipe, full exhaust system. We also have upgraded ring and pinions inside the differentials as well. So when I say this truck is done up, it's there's nothing that you could do to this truck to make it perform better and be as reliable and everything else. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, 855-955-3377. Respect this company and other companies that spend this much time and money on a truck. If you think the truck is priced too much, that's fine. The company will never sell it then. And you know, just be respectful. You couldn't buy a 19 truck like this, and even if you didn't want to do this, do a third or a half of what's done to this truck, not to mention it's all brand new, and buy it for a fraction of the price that it's going to be sold for. A 19 F250 in this condition stock is right now selling for probably 65, 70 grand. And this truck retail wise, if you were to get all this stuff done, has well over 65 grand in upgrades. The lift by itself, before even installing it and customizing the color and spending weeks color matching the lift's close to 18 grand by itself. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, 855-955-3377. Thank you.